we're gonna bring the winners of the pitch competition from last year up because why not? We're headed into a new pitch competition this year. So can we bring the guest up, Troy?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hey, hey, hey.
There it is.
There you go.
Yes.
There it is.
There you go.
Divine Luminous Juices, baby. We in the building. I know y'all heard that before.
Divine Loomis Juice and Wellness.
Yeah.
We have Floyd, Monique, and Tim. Tamil?
Tamil. What's up, y'all?
Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
What's up? Thank you for having us, man.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
Be here. We appreciate you.
Floyd, I
Absolutely.
appreciate you representing for the bald man with beards. Thank you.
Yo, he just cleaned this off extra for y'all, okay? So y'all feel appreciative. It's nice and soft around here.
Appreciate you, my brother.
Appreciate it. So last year we did the Nipsey Hussle pitch competition. It was a big thing, and that was the first time that we really did something like that at InvestFest. And it was $100,000, and it was a lot that went into it. Just planning it, the first level of like the auditions for it at the Friday. It was a whole thing. But we got to Saturday, and we picked 4 finalists, and you won. So I'm gonna ask you, how everything has been. But first and foremost, how was that experience? Like, just even going into it, applying, going to the Friday. I know we had a long line on Friday to actually, do it in front of the judge on Friday. Then making it, and then being on stage with everybody, and it was the wax guy that went crazy.
Yeah.
So it was strong people on stage. It wasn't like it was a weak competition. How was that? Like, what mindset were you in to actually, see it through to the finish line?
So to be honest with you, everything that weekend was really God sent. And I know it's hard for a lot of people to just understand and embody it. But from the time we got there, it was like a halo or a glow around us. When we got there, we knew to come with product, right? Because we can talk about juices all day, but until you try it and you taste it and you consume it, you get to feel the reality of what we're talking about. And when so Floyd didn't get to go. He said he was babysitting, but he wasn't feeling so hot either. So we just decided that crowd, his immune system, he should just kind of take a step back. And Tamil and I, we went there. I was rolling with a cooler. I could care less about who was talking about me in the cooler. Even if you call me the lady with the cooler, that's fine because we won, right? But when we got there, from the door, I had this lady that I ran into that was a volunteer. I explained to her real quick the story. She asked me why we doing juices. I told her, it's off the back of my husband and what's going on in our life. And she said, God told me to tell you that you won. Just like that. Word up, just like that. And I was like, what? And then when we got to the line, because we were there trying to figure out which way to go and how to get into the pitch competition, because we were a walk-in and we were number 46 and we were told it was 50 people, right? So we like, we just made it by the skin of our teeth. We got into the walk-in and I was frantic, y'all, because the juices was frozen. I was trying to thaw them and make sure they was ready for the judges, and just a lot was going on through my mind, but I was there with passion. And we were there with passion because we know that our story was impactful and we know that our juices are impactful as well. So when we got there, we were in line. I didn't have anything rehearsed or recited, to be real with you. I literally came with my heart and my soul. Wow. And when we got into the room, they actually started introducing new judges. And I was like, I had the expectation that we were going to go with these set of people because I did all of my homework beforehand. And when we got into the room, I was like, okay, Mike was there, MG was there. And and to be honest with you, when you're in that room, you're listening to everybody else pitch. Like, you're listening to your competition in a room. It could be inspiring or it could be scary. You know what I mean? And by the time you get closer up into the line, it's like, it's your time. It's your time. And by the time we got up there, Tamil and I coordinated. She handed out the juices and we had 60 seconds and I wanted all of my 60 seconds. You feel me? So I was like, get the juices out quick. So once the 60-second start, I could go. And I said my pitch. Part of me don't remember all of what I said because I literally was in a moment and a passion. And then we were told that we'll get an email. So I was clocking my email all day. Like, where's the email? All right, well, I guess if I didn't get an email, I'm good. 9 o'clock at night, my phone rang. And I'm the type of person where if it's not a number that I know, then it's something, right? Because I know everybody who calls me past a certain hours. And I saw the number and I was like, hello? And then I heard noise in the back and I was like, oh my God, I started shaking. And then Ab called and was like, Monique, I just want to let you know Divine Lunas is going to the stage. I was like, yeah, can you feel my heart beating through the phone? And he was like, congratulations. So we didn't get to do anything on Friday. We didn't get to see anything because we were literally pitching all day. And then when Saturday came, we didn't get to take advantage of the conference either because we were getting prepared for the big stage. So initially I felt like, dang, like we didn't get to endorse some of the stages and, receive all of the information. But I'm like, yo, we here for purpose. What will be, will be. And then just being backstage and seeing, the celebrities, seeing Black Sam, seeing everybody, it just was so organic though. Like there was nobody back. There was no one back there that was like super starstruck or a fan. It was just a cool setting. It was like, yo, this is what EYL is building. Like y'all are building community amongst everybody, no matter how famous you are, how much money you got in your pocket. It was just such a cool, calm environment. And then we had a switch with the order. And I was like, all right, I know my order. I got time to prepare. Then they switched it on us and was like, hey, y'all second, y'all not third. And I was like, oh my God, what we gonna do? And I was like, what you mean? I'm gonna do the only thing I came to do is I just gotta go up there and do it. And when I got up there again, I literally recited like the first 3 seconds and the rest was just literally from the heart. And that's it.
Yeah. I mean, this is an incredible story. You want to talk about organic? We ran into each other a few times. I had no idea you were even in the pitch competition. But talk about the marketing, having a personality, walking in purpose. Talk about how much that weighs into presenting yourself in front of people. Like I said, you gave me a few samples, and I was like, "Oh, this is great. This is the Juice Lady." Then I saw you backstage. It didn't hit me till you were coming up on stage that you had given me the juices twice already. I'm like, "Oh, I had no idea." Talk about how much that plays into it.
Did you remember backstage when I saw you, you was looking for the cooler? You was like, where the juices at? Everybody with you was like, oh, well, where the juices at? You got the juices today? And I was like, yeah. I was like, here. But I was trying to make sure I didn't hand out all so the judges couldn't get some. But I was like, all right, I got you later. But to be honest with you, when it comes to your business, there are some people that are in business to make money, but you have to find a seed of passion in it because that's what's going to give you that caliber of confidence. That's what's gonna basically lower the butterflies in your stomach when you are truly scared and you feel like you're not good enough. And also tapping into that higher power. And I know who we are and I know what we stand for. And I will be honest, Trey and Rashad, y'all are so approachable. So y'all need to give y'all some credit for that. Y'all did not have this demeanor around y'all that we couldn't approach you. You embedded yourself into all of us as entrepreneurs. The first person I ran into was Rashad. And I was like, yo, I want to give you a juice and I want to have you try it. So let me know what you think. I'm ready to walk away. And he cracked it right there. He was like, hold on, I got you. He cracked it and he tasted it. You remember Rashad? And you was like, yo, it was like this hitting. And I was like, so that also helped to build my confidence too. And my sister, like she don't talk much. She'll be talking today, but she was literally my anchor of support when I had those moments where I'm like, yo, like I'm nervous, but I'm like, what do I have to lose? So you have to walk with that seed of passion, but you also have to be presentable. Wearing a smile, even if you don't feel like smiling, having that, it's an aura around you that makes people know who you are before you even enter the room or when you enter the room. That makes sense?
Absolutely. I know traditionally that they'll tell you in a pitch competition to have a particular framework. But can you tell us how passion has helped you get to this moment, the origin story of why you created the company, and how you think that helped you elevate past all the competition from last year?
Absolutely. So I'll start off and I'll let Floyd and Tamel chime in because Floyd is one of the bigger parts of this story. So passion is great, but when you feel like you are down on your last, that's when you have to pull on everything you got. And for many people that know or heard when we were on the stage, Floyd it just made 4 years 2 days ago. He's been diagnosed with a rare stage 4B, the letter B. Yes, stages have letters, which we didn't know. He was diagnosed with or is diagnosed with a stage 4B cancer. And throughout our journey, we've suffered from hardship, whether it's emotional, whether it's marital, whether it's physical and him not feeling well, or me feeling depleted from handling so many things. But the financial is what hit us the hardest. And he came to me and he was like, Monique, we got to do something. And I didn't know what to do because I was working a part-time job that was barely getting us by, plus whatever he may be getting, you know, at Social Security, because he cannot work right now, you know? And then I was like, yo, maybe we can sell juices. We're Jamaican. We come from a Jamaican background, island background. Floyd is a phenomenal cook. We cook. That's right, Toy. We come from a background where, you know, everything that we do is with heart and with passion, but with flavor. And we know what we have to provide. And my personality, it wasn't hard to just come up with this plan, but I needed to execute it. So we decided to go in a barbershop selling juices. But also Floyd can tell you when he went through his treatment, both radiation and chemo, he lost his smell and his taste for 6 months. 6 months, y'all. He couldn't smell or taste. He had to eat from muscle memory, meaning we had to cook the same foods, Jamaican foods that he remembered, so he can eat from his brain, mental memory of what this food should taste like. But it's the juices that help carry him through. Go ahead, Floyd. Share some of what you want to say.
Yeah, I wish I could speak like her. And I'm a type of behind the scene type of person, you know. But yeah, the juice is what helped me up to this day survive. And growing up in Jamaica, we have a lot of fruit trees around. So we go around and pick fruits, eat fruits all day. We don't even have to cook. We survive off of fruits, just fruit. And even if you don't eat food, you know that you have the fruits to survive. They have the fruits to give you the nutrients, the fiber, all that good stuff. So when I was going through my illness, I realized that the food is not helping. So what I had was to resort to, you know, juicing, which give me the vitality, the nutrients that I need to keep my weight on, you know, because the food, I wasn't eating the food to keep the weight on.
Yeah, and also, y'all, because of the diagnosis he has, it's nasopharyngeal carcinoma. So it's in his nasopharynx where the back of the nose throat meets. So getting chemo and radiation swelled up his throat and made it extremely sore to actually swallow. So what's the next best thing is to drink, right? Yeah, and especially, and it was more so from the radiation, especially when your throat is sore and it hurts, drinking something cool will be more supplement to, you know, it feels cooling and soothing to your body. So when before this, I'm a certified health coach and life coach, and I was in a digital world just trying to find my way in traction, but I was struggling. But I felt like this was also born to help leverage my knowledge, and now we have a product that people can believe in, right? Because again, once you try it and you had it, Shad, you had it, or you had it, y'all can speak from firsthand experience. Amazing. It's not just juice, and we pray over these juices. All right, we are very serious about health and restoration because we're dealing with it in and of itself. This is again 4 years, and he looks so damn good to have been going through so many trials and tribulations. So that was the underlying battery in my back, because what do I have to lose? What do I have to lose other than to share this journey? Because we're not the only ones. We are not the only ones as an entrepreneur and entrepreneurs who are going through life trying to live and bring purpose and struggling with a diagnosis. To help others. And we feel like this is something that needs to be more spoken about.